I want good officials for everybody, widespread throughout the whole league. So, anybody else got any questions? All right, thanks.
All right, Mike.
Sponsorship. We've talked about, how much the league costs. I'm kind of spearheading the sponsorship side of it to help you guys keep your costs down. I know when I grew up, I played select baseball, and it wasn't near as expensive as it is now. I just don't remember it. Tournament here in Mount Pleasant, we got a local vendor, Elliott Auto Group. They stepped up. They're going to purchase all of our baseballs for that tournament. And that's one thing, Hampton Inn, they're our official motel chain. They're actually going to give us discounted rates for any teams that come in here that elect to stay overnight for that tournament. We're reaching out to other vendors. We possibly reaching out to Nakona, Easton. We may have some on-site vendors at that tournament in Mount Pleasant. But during that whole process, Sam kind of brought up the 501(c). We've got to be very selective on how those funds are channeled, and that's one thing that I want to make clear, that we do it the right way. There's always different ways to skin that cat, but there's a proper way, and we need to always focus on making that money channeled through the right organization. Inside that, we're looking for the Pro 9. I'm looking for a vendor. If any of you guys out there that maybe work for a business that's interested in possibly reducing our baseball costs for the seasons, which will in turn give y'all that reduced cost of what we actually pay for them. We're not making any money on these baseballs. What we pay for them, we turn around and charge you guys for, the Pro 9 that are both baseball and softball. So if y'all know a vendor out there that could help us reduce that cost, we'll in turn relay that back into y'all's team, and it won't cost you as much. But we're always open to I look every day. I look on the internet. I've went and talked to businesses. A lot of people, when they find out you're a nonprofit, what you stand for, they're willing to come help you out. The ones that have actually funded us money so far, first thing they tell you, man, you're on the right path. This is for the kids. I love the organization's foresight and mission statement. If you guys know that, feel free to email Sam on the webpage and let us know. And then if you don't want to go make that contact, we'll make that contact for you. I had a silent sponsor. I've got a 10-year-old that's playing with us this year. He stepped up. He's going to write a check for $1,000. I'm not going to have him write that check to me. Okay, I'm going to in turn have him write it to the league. Then the board decides where that money actually is going to go. Okay, but that's huge, and that will cover expenses. I'll provide the receipts, and then I can in turn show everything that I've done financially, that I'm not taking any money from anybody. And I'm not saying you can't get a local sponsor and do that, but if you do that, you're not going to get the benefit of that tax exemption through that 501(c) that we have that tax ID already with. But right now we're trying to find a vendor to actually help us reduce our league baseball costs, and we'll in turn, once we secure that vendor, or if we're able to do that, we'll in turn relay that cost savings over to you guys. But right now that's kind of a hot subject. If you happen to know of anybody of interest, maybe know a business in your local area that would consider that, feel free to catch me, give me a name, I'll reach out to them. I can provide them all the documentation, we'll provide them a receipt, and then in turn that translates to cost savings over to you guys, because I know it's extremely expensive. You start chasing tournaments, it gets more expensive. If you're like me, some of your kids on the team just don't have it. So everywhere you're able to save that, you're able to put a kid in a position to play baseball and do something that he loves that he may not necessarily had a chance to do. So if you know of a vendor, if you know of a business, I'm more, call me. Some of these guys here know me. reach out to me and we'll provide all the proper documentation. So, but looks like we're gonna have a great tournament this coming Mount Pleasant, and I'm excited, so, that's it.
Is it frowned upon if you play in the league but don't play in the open tournament?
No, we've got some teams, and we have vice versa, some that may just, I've had a lot of, coaches call me that just wanna play in the tournament, but their tournament schedule just won't allow them to set up and mirror up with, that two play and then one off. We've got kind of a hybrid of both. We've got some that are wanting to play in the tournament but not play in the league, and then some want to play in the league that just aren't able to put a team together, whether it be basketball, what have you. They just don't have enough time to do that. So no, it does not affect you.
I think right now we have 4 or 5 teams that will play in the preseason tournament that won't play in the league, based off the ones I've talked to. And those actually are paying a tournament fee to play in the tournament, and then also playing the applicable umpire fees as well. Okay, any other questions of Mike? All right, one of the things that is really important to us is to try to figure out ways to try to help you save some money and also offset your costs. And we have formed a partnership with an organization that has developed relationships with some of the major baseball manufacturers in relation to equipment. And I'm going to ask Corey to come up and talk with you guys a little bit about kind of what they're doing, but it gives you an opportunity as a team to secure equipment and things of that nature for your players at a much more reduced cost because of what they've been able to put together. So Corey, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
Yes, sir. Well, I want to apologize. I was at a meeting all day yesterday for a different organization, and they were using OL2 balls. So I told somebody 30, and that's been in my head. I feel like I had to slip. So I apologize for the guy that I told $30 on the OL1s. What we did, when I started this company, I'm the president over Bullard Baseball Youth League, and baseball and softball. And so it started out, I was gonna do this just for Bullard. And I managed a sporting goods store in college and worked for League Direct outside of college for a couple years. So when I got going on it, I realized that just around Tyler, White House, Chandler, Jacksonville, Rusk, and several other leagues, like, hey man, we want to save some money too, because we feel like we're getting kind of shafted on the price of balls. Bullard might have been paying $40 for a dozen balls, and Tyler East might have been paying $35 for that same dozen at the same place. So we started this up and got it going, resale tax license, it's a registered business, got an internet, a website going. I have a job, this is a hobby. I mean, believe me, I promise I know balls have gone up over the years. And the funny thing is the wages in China, every ball's made in China, by the way. Every baseball, I don't know about all softballs, every baseball's made in China. The wages in China have gone up, so balls are more expensive January of this year than were January of last year. Pretty much any ball. And the price of leather's gone up. Well, I didn't believe Pro 9 when they told me that. So, funny story, a good buddy of mine is Joe Cavner, who I call Cavner from Cavner's Boot City. He says, hey man, the price of leather really go up? He goes, dude, I know my boots are expensive, okay? I said, no, I'm just wondering from a baseball standpoint. Yeah, the price of leather. So anyway, so what we're offering to these leagues, and we started this probably less than 4 or 5 months ago. And we've got about 15 youth organizations that order through us, and we drop ship product to them. I've got a direct account set up with Pro 9. Nobody anywhere in the United States gets any better of a price on Pro 9 stuff than I do. The owners of Pro 9 started Diamond way back a long time ago. They sold it in '98. His name is JR. He sold it in '98. The people that bought it didn't make them sign a non-compete. They opened up Pro 9. It's made on the same assembly line as Diamond. It's a ball that we've always used around Tyler, and so that's where I went first. And they were gracious enough to set us up with a dealer wholesale price. So we're turning back the savings to these youth leagues, and also we work with several of the, just let you know, super serious tournament guys that run tournaments in Tyler and Longview, or actually Tyler, and then U-Trip guys as well. So what Sam had asked, is there a way that we can get involved from a Lone Star Select standpoint? And I said, sure. I mean, there's no reason why we can't. It makes it tough because you guys have one team. I mean, I'm representing we're putting a team in Bullard into this on the weekends for 4 different divisions, so I'm kind of representing 4 teams. Obviously, it's easy for me to get product to those guys. What we've decided to do is every every 4 months, every 3 to 4 months, somewhere around, we'll set up a deal, and Sam and I will work together, and we'll relay it to you guys. If y'all need something, I talk a lot about Pro9. Pro9's not all we have, but if we can put a mass order together, you know, and we can drop ship that to one spot, then you guys will be able to relay the cost savings, and you won't have tax because this is basically bought correct through the league, and this is for the league, you know, for you guys that are in the league. So it'll be a way for y'all to save money. And Pro9 is one, Shut's another one of our vendors. Anything Shut has, if you go to pro9.com, anything on there, it'll give you, it'll show you, and it may even, you maybe even could go to some of the other vendors' websites that have Pro9 stuff and see. I don't put cost on ours because I'll be honest with you, the leagues that get involved, we're not doing this through you guys because y'all are unique and we want to partner in any way possible with the leagues. Like Buller Baseball League pays $250 to be involved for our, in White House and Chandler. And we've got leagues in Bossier City and Benton, Shreveport, Blanchard, Vivian. They pay a fee to get involved one time for life. Okay, to be able to get these prices, and that what we do, that went towards making our website for advertising, for banners, for you know, just expenditures that we have. So we're not doing that to you guys because it's kind of a unique situation where it's all individual teams. So we're working with Pro9. Pro9 will make a logo ball, like Sam was saying. We're working with them to provide, you know, sponsored plus the emblem from the league ball. Right now, that's a long turnaround. So we couldn't get that, even if we would have got that in January 1st, we wouldn't be able to get it. But we got it in November 1st, we might have been able to get it in. But for next year, for the next leagues, we're gonna try to get that in. So we've got, like I said, Pro9 Shut. Athletic Connection is a vendor that we have that's kind of a, if you ever go into a sporting goods store and they pull out a magazine, something that they're not keeping in stock, but they pull out a magazine and say, I can get this from here. That's pretty much Athletic Connection. There's an operation out of Dallas. They're the same umbrella as League Direct, McGregor, and BSN. So they have a variety of products. They're a third-party vendor. Stuff out of there, some of that they make themselves. Some of the L screens, people want an L screen. Mat drags and stuff like that, again, more for leagues, and unless you guys are also involved in those leagues, more for leagues. But there's a lot of stuff that we got to offer. Have the same rep that has Shut, has Anderson hats, has Gator equipment. Okay, so we've got those guys as well, and a lot of that stuff's out there, catalogs. And one more vendor I don't have a catalog on, but it's a great deal. I had a league in Jacksonville last week. They're getting 4 new portable fiberglass mounds. I don't know if y'all looked at price on those, but I mean a Pro Mounds, which is a brand name, $1,600, $1,700 retail. I mean, they said, yeah, we'll hook you up. We'll hook you up with dealer pricing. My dealer pricing was like $1,500. You know, I mean, I was thinking, man, this is crazy. So a guy in Benton, Louisiana, who does Pro Gator boats, 3 or 4 years ago worked on making a mount for his grandson. He's now got molded 3 different mounts. I can turn around and it's $800 for the same mount. So I mean, now that's the savings I'm trying to get to you guys, to these leagues. You know, saving $200, that's great. I give it to them for exactly what I got in it. You know. So there's a lot of different things. If there's ever something that y'all like, hey, can you get this? Grab a card, email me, and I'll see. You know, I'll say, hey, you know, what are you looking at? And I'll call the company. That's how I got it. I mean, that's how I basically got Athletic Connection. Well, I had a league that wanted 7 fields polycapped. Well, I was like, okay, I can get polycapped. And I call them, I get a dealer price set up. You know, I'm guaranteed the low price. I'm already ordered just, I mean, thousands of feet of polycap. So if y'all think of something, then y'all send me an email and I'll look into it. Otherwise, what we can do, I mean, and I can, catcher's equipment, I don't know if you've ever seen Pro9's catcher's equipment, but for, I bought a set of Easton catcher's equipment for I have a 10U team for my kids, and I paid $190, and that was discount. Well, this stuff that we're selling, it's $125, blows it away. The hockey style mask actually has, a lot of them have the 1 snap, which is a nightmare. They've got a double snap, which is, I mean, I had it at a tournament some of y'all might have been at last year, and won't say the name, but I could have sold it 15 times. You know, I just had it out there displayed. So if you're looking for something like that, let me know. If it's a one-off deal, I can tag it on to one of my league orders, and I can avoid the shipping. Okay.